Hey, everybody, and welcome to your next day of our synthesis basic training. So, today is all about purpose, and purpose is the most important thing that you can have in your business. So, I think it's important that we talk about it early on in this training. The reason purpose is so important is because it's what's going to hold you to Advocare. It's what's going to keep you motivated, keep you going even when you don't feel like it. On nights when you just want to put your feet up and watch some TV. It's going to be what gets you off the couch and gets you into action, working with people, doing follow ups, talking to people, sharing your story. Purpose is the most important thing that you can have in this business. I always tell people, Advocare is a very simple business. It's a business that can pay you more than you would ever be able to dream of in your life, but it's also the easiest thing to quit in the world. You don't have a boss here. You don't have somebody telling you you have to work. You don't have to do anything anytime you don't want to. And so that makes Advocare very easy to quit. And so I always tell people your purpose in Advocare is your boss, okay? And I always like you to think, at the end of the night when you go to bed and your head hits the pillow, what you want to think to yourself is, would my purpose have fired me or given me a raise for the efforts I put in today? And so for me, as an example, my purpose has always and will always be my family, my husband and my three kids. They're the reason I do what I do. I want to give them a life I would never be able to give them otherwise. I've always wanted to be able to be here and experience moments. And so whenever I don't feel like doing Advocare after a long day with two toddlers and a baby, days I just want to crawl in bed and watch TV and put my feet up and just zone out for the rest of the night, that's when I really have to remind myself I'm doing this for my family, and I get out of bed and I come down and I do some work. And so having a purpose of why you're doing this is the most important thing. Purpose is different for everybody. And so I would encourage you not to compare your purpose to anyone else's. It's really easy for people to start Advocare with the purpose of being able to have more choices and freedoms to do things like buy the shoes they want without having to put it on a credit card, or pay for gas or groceries, or be able to contribute from home as a stay-at-home mom or whatever. And then you see other people who have these huge purposes like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom, and I want to bring my husband home from his job, and I want to replace his income, and I want to do Advocare forever and ever and get the diamond and blah, blah. And I think sometimes that intimidates people who don't have that same purpose. But you guys have to remember always your purpose is your purpose and yours alone. Other people might have similar or the same purpose, but don't compare yourself to others, because you're doing this for your reasons and they're doing it for their reasons. So figure out why you're here, whether it is just to pay for groceries or whether you do want complete time freedom where you and your spouse or just you can completely live life on your terms and not have to clock into a job and do the things you want to do in life. Everybody's different, and that's like all on the spectrum and everywhere in between. But figure out why you're here and why you're watching these videos and why you got into Advocare to begin with, because we're all here for a reason. And so I want you guys all to think about what that is. And so I want to give you guys a little metaphor, because if you know me, I love metaphors. I really like to give people visuals to go along with trainings to kind of keep it in their head. And so I did this training at Advonation last year, and it's just something that has just really stuck with me, and I hope maybe it resonates with you. But I like to compare our business to a bicycle. And so the business is the vehicle that's going to take us where we want to go, right? So you get on the bike and you ride it wherever you're looking to go. You get into Advocare and it can take you anywhere you want it to take you, like a bike can, right? But just like a bike, your business has lots of working parts that all have to work together and all have to be working all the time in order for the bike to work and get you where you want to be. So the first thing I want to talk about is the handlebars. So the handlebars on the bike represent vision. So in Advocare, you have to have vision. You have to be able to think and project about what you want out of life. And you also have to be able to help other people. You have to be able to paint vision for other people. So the handlebars steer you where you want to go. You look over the handlebars and you see where you're going. That's vision in this business. So always know where you're going and always have goals and know where you want this vehicle to take you. Secondly, we're going to talk about the chain. So the chain holds the bike together. And guys, I am not a cyclist, so this is just a metaphor I came up with. The chain kind of holds the bike together, right? If you don't have a chain on your bike isn't going to go anywhere. If that chain is rusty or old or broken, your bike is not moving. And that's the same with your purpose, guys. If you don't have a strong, solid, well-oiled, sturdy purpose, your business isn't going to go anywhere. Your purpose connects to people. Your purpose shows you why you're doing this. And so you want to make sure that you have a strong purpose. And even when people tell you no, and you're going on a bumpy dirt road and you are going uphill, it's an uphill battle. You've got that strong chain, you've got that strong purpose that no matter what life throws at you, you're sticking with this thing because you have the vision of where you're going and the purpose of why you're going there. The next part is the wheels and the spokes. And so I actually did a little bit of reading on spokes because I thought I should know a little bit about them. I wanted to know what they were for, what's the purpose of spokes. The cool thing about spokes is they're actually a really underappreciated part of the bike, but without the spokes, the bike would completely collapse. So the spokes hold up the weight of the cyclist. So what I like to think of the spokes and the wheels are goals. So goals are always moving, always changing, right? They're always, this never ending pattern of pay period goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and then like big goals of what you really want, like my 75 you see back there, okay? And so I say the spokes are goals, and they're not just your goals, they're your team's goals, they're your product users' goals. It's just all these goals people have. And so all those come together to support you as a cyclist, right? So they're all strong. The more spokes you have, the stronger your bike's going to be to support the weight of the cyclist. They're always moving and they're always changing. So that's what I think of when I think of the spokes and the wheels. And then the last part, and probably one of the most important parts of the bike, is the cyclist, which is you. And so you can have the most amazing bike. You can have the strongest, shiniest chain. You can have, the map set out with the vision of where you're going to take that bike. You can have awesome tires, those big, thick mountain bike tires with amazing, shiny, thick spokes. I don't even know if I'm describing a bike or not, but you can have the best bike in the world. But I've never seen a bike go anywhere by itself, okay? There's always a cyclist on that bike putting in the work, pedaling hard, looking over those handlebars and knowing where they're going. And so you are the cyclist. You have to put the work in. You have to know where you're going. You have to be willing to go uphill on the bumpy roads. You have to be willing to fight against the weather, the adversity, the no's, right? You're the cyclist. You determine where the bike goes, and you determine how fast the bike goes, how slow the bike goes, and you're the only one who can put in the effort to move that bike. So if you want your business to move, have a strong purpose, know where you're going, and always have big goals, little goals, all different kinds of goals, know your team's goals, and your bike will move. So that's all I wanted to hit on purpose, guys. Your homework is to get on the phone or in a message with your accountability partner and share your purpose with them and have them share yours or theirs. And then comment below if you don't mind sharing your purpose or something that you took away from these videos. So I'll post the other video today too. So have a great day, and I hope you find your purpose.